So after using, this is actually a few days later, after using this up move for like 2 days, I finally understand how to use this. And so as you can see, I'm wearing it right now, and I've been wearing it basically all day, besides when I'm going to the shower. But it is waterproof to the sense that you can get splash on it, but don't submerge it. But yeah, if you can shower with it and stuff like that, so that's fine. So I figured out how to connect it and how it tracks movements. So basically, it doesn't have to be connected to the phone all the time. And so that's what I was assuming it was, because this is my first wearable. I don't know if all wearables do this, but I assumed that it was always constantly counting and always constantly being synced up with the phone. But that's not true. So what happened was basically, you don't need to turn your Bluetooth on all the time. What you do is you can sync it up, make sure that it's synced with the phone, turn your Bluetooth off, and then it will actually count the steps as you go throughout the day. And then at the end of the day, or even during middle of the day, you can turn your Bluetooth on, and then it will sync and it will push all the activity which you've logged since then. So a good example, and the cool thing is that it can track my sleep. So what you do is I turn the Bluetooth off because I don't want to leave my phone charging at night. Turn my Bluetooth off at night, and then in the morning turn it on, and it will sync, and I can see my progress throughout the night. So it does store stuff onto the actual device itself, and so that's cool. But I don't know exactly how much of memory that it will store, but it has been doing that. So let me just give you a brief overview of what to do. Now, the instructions online are pretty bad. I recommend you watch the videos by Jawbone, and that's probably a better way of understanding how the whole system works. And that's how I did it, and so I'll give you those links in the description. So if you do have this and you're wondering how do I sync up, how do I do this stuff, that is probably the best video. There's 3 of them for you to watch. But to give you a quick overview, so by pressing once, you see there's a orange man which appears, and that orange man, and then there's like a solid light. See how that rolls across and goes here. Now that tracks your progress of how much you set. So for example, if I say I'm going to set 10,000 steps for a day, then that so obviously 12, like, what is it? 1 rotation is 100%. So at the moment, I'm probably about just under 75% of the way to my goal. And so that's a good thing. So every time you just click once and you see the guy, that's activity. Now, if you want to check the time, it can check the times. What you do is you just click twice, and then it will go around. Solid means hour and blinking means minute. So if we do that again, the current time is 5:15, and I have to leave soon. And so yeah, you can do that. It's not as accurate because each section doesn't show the exact minute. It just basically shows within the region of 5 minutes. So it's okay, but don't use it if you want accurate times. Now, if I click 3 times, this shows my activity for the previous night of sleep. So as you can see, so what you do is you say, okay, I want 7 hours of sleep, and that's what I've set for myself. I want at least 7 hours of sleep each day. And then you set that on the app, and then when you sleep, it will record how much sleep you get. And so the total hours of sleep, so if 1 rotation is 7 hours, whoops, it's 3 clicks, not 2 clicks. If 1 rotation was 7 hours, then I got about maybe 8 hours of sleep. And so that's really cool. So you check that, and that's fine. Now to enter sleep mode, so you have to enter different modes. So obviously currently I'm in I forgot what the mode's called, but it's basically a normal mode. So it will just count my steps, and that's pretty much it. Now if I enter into, so if I click 1, 2, then I enter into activity mode. And basically that means, for example, if I'm going for a jog, if I'm going for an intensive workout or something, then it will track that. And then I press once, and then I press that again, and then it takes me back to normal mode. So that's how you get into activity mode for purposely wanting to do jogging and stuff like that. To get into sleep mode, it's 1 long click. And then it will do this, and then it will show the moon, which means you're in sleep mode. And then you do sleep, and then it will track, all that. And then to get out of it, you just hold, and then you're back to normal activity mode. Yep, so that's cool. So I'll quickly show you the app, and I'll show you, I really love how it tracks sleep, and I think that's really cool. So I'll show you just my sleep pattern for last night. As you can see, it's not connected by Bluetooth, so I will do that now. So I'll turn on Bluetooth. Take that off, cancel. So this is, I got 114% of sleep last night, and this is what it is. So solid blue means sound sleep, so like I think that's REM sleep, and then this is light sleep, so like you're kind of sleeping but you're not fully into deep sleep. And then the orange is what time you've been awake, because sometimes you can wake up in the middle of the night. And here it gives you a good summary. So I've got 3 hours 13 of sound sleep and 4 hours and 47 of light sleep. I fell asleep in 11 minutes, and I was in bed for 8 hours and 18 minutes, and I woke up 0 times, and I was awake for 18 times within that period. You can see my trend of sleep. My goal is obviously 7 hours, and yeah, it's just a really nice app to track your sleep patterns. Now, in terms of movement, so going to movement, so I've done 64%. And you can see, you know, how many steps I did within those times. Now, I don't think it's fully accurate because it's on your wrist and you move your wrist and then that counts as a few steps. But I'm mainly using it for sleeping because I think it's more accurate, and I just love the way that they're doing it. So yeah, that's just been a quick look into the second half of this video of how this actually works. And I think initially I really didn't like this because I didn't know how it worked. But now knowing how it works, I'm a bit more happier. I'm a bit more, I actually like this. It's a nice wearable. It's cheap. Well, for what I got it for, $30. Even though it doesn't have a screen, you know, it's nice. And it's functional. I think that's the main important thing. So yeah, I recommend it. If you are not into, you know, getting a huge, you know, massive screen on your wrist, then yeah, I highly recommend it. The sleep app, or the app itself is good, and the sleep tracking is also really nice as well, and I love that. That's probably my favorite part, knowing how my sleep was. So yeah, that's it for this video. Like it if you liked it, dislike if you disliked it. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or any comments, and I'll get around to answering those for you as soon as I can. And yeah, subscribe to see more videos like this in the future. See you guys in the next one.